Hello everybody, welcome to my video, The Le Remains de la Décadence. It's process video 1. This is a drawing that I thought of when I was at the Musée D'Orsay in Paris. Now you can see this huge painting, it's about 20 feet wide by 10 feet tall. It's the decadence of the Romans. So I thought it was a great commentary on the people all around this day and age with their phones and just looking at this painting and or not looking at it. Yeah, you can insert all sorts of concepts there. Anyway, um, this is me starting out, laying out the composition here with pencil. Usually I don't start out with pencil, but it's such a big paper and it's such a big composition. I just wanted all the little details to sort of get together at once and not have to redo it before I start the pen. So here I started the pen with the center figure here, and I'm just kind of slowly drawing out the figures, making sure I don't need to move them a couple inches. But all in all, I know what I'm going to draw here. So my plan is to show all the color of the painting in the middle of the composition and then have the gold frame sort of come in and out of focus in the composition of the drawing here. And as I build up the pen, I'll be drawing the people around the painting, sort of overlapping the scene and having the more contemporary fashions and stuff sort of coming more towards the viewer. But here I'm just trying to get the forms around it out and some of the hair and some of the depth in the painting itself. So here I'm just drawing this guy kind of like he's like OD'd or he's too drunk or something. But sort of changing his forearms and getting the shadows there of the shoulders and just seeing what I want there before I continue. This is a great bust in the original painting. She's just like either thrown in ecstasy or just like totally in disarray. And it's a good little drawing. But this is a great compositional diagonal in the piece as well. Now, while sitting at the Orsay and sort of looking around, and before this dawned on me, I'd always used to sit and look at museums and watch people look at the paintings and just kind of be in the space for a minute and see how the paintings interact with everybody or vice versa. And I was sitting far away from this painting, and it just dawned on me like, oh my God, this would be a great horizontal drawing with all the people in the foreground mixed with the people in the painting in the center of the composition here. So that's kind of what I wanted to paint here or draw. The fun thing about this is I'm drawing the same way I would draw anyway, like from a sketch at a cafe or something. I'm very loosely looking at the paper as I'm drawing, and I'm just kind of using my eye to gauge where I'm going a little bit on the paper, but really it's a lot of it's blind contour. You can see little hints of it here and there, but I feel it adds to the essence of the piece and sort of the emotion and movement. And this is only video 1. I'll probably have at least 4 process videos here. This will be a good sort of detailed process documentation of this very big drawing here. That way I don't have to go too in depth on a super long video. I can just break it down into different videos and you can see the gradual process of this piece. So for the big dark shapes, I like to sort of scratch in a nice clean shape, like a dark shape to sort of highlight the dark tone that that whole figure needs to be. This will help in the long run with needing to shape the composition according to tone and value. So this would be great. And I'm staying pretty true to the composition of the original painting, pretty much. I have moved some stuff just because I didn't want any kind of dead zone, dead space, or too much space of something. All that might change. I mean, I have no problem with overlapping a drawing on top of an existing drawing. It's just going to be more interesting, more strange, and have more movement. But I feel there's a lot to learn from this original painting, and it's sort of a cheating code of doing a master copy. But I feel it'll be an original for sure. And on the right side here, this is one of my favorite characters here. It's almost like she's holding up the head of Medusa, so maybe I'll put that in there. But I definitely need to add more wine glasses for sure. I love the bushes sticking out of the side of the pillar there. Another guy hanging in the back of the columns. Now, as I'm sort of getting a feel for how the composition will be on this kind of section here, I can sort of darken these leaves here as I want, and I know I'll always want that, so I'll go ahead and do it. And so as I do the background there, I start to put in this cool guy with this cape, and he's like offering this other guy some wine. He's like with this smirky smile on him. It's pretty funny, but I really enjoy how the figure turns out here. It's got a lot of leverage and movement here, like he's dancing up on this guy. This is being drawn on really thick, heavy watercolor paper, but on the back, on the smooth side. I'm not a fan of any kind of grit when drawing with pen, especially like a rag paper, because it just makes too many obstacles. It's almost like a mogul course for your pen. So it's really smooth, but it's really heavy because if you go bigger than like 20 by 18, the paper just gets really raggedy if you spend a long time on it and drawing. And if it's thin, you can definitely cut into it if you're using a really fine pen nib, which this is. So here we go on the columns. This is sort of the centerpiece of the composition. These vertical columns, they sort of anchor the piece down. Now I will have the frame showing, the gold of the frame showing here and there. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm definitely going to have the title of the piece in really bold letters underneath this painting here. But I feel like the columns give it some nice stability, some good anchored focus to these raging alcoholics, these figures that I'm drawing here. And as I get these Corinthian columns put in here, that sort of about wraps up the video one. So now here I will start to add the people, the participants in the museum in the background here, or in the foreground. I'll sort of start to weave them in like a quilt almost, like one over the other, overlapping and intertwining, and then pulling out different rendered shapes between any of them and sort of bring out more of a movement and a feeling that you're actually there, sort of a thing. So this is still the background of the original painting and just putting in some Roman buildings here. All right, as you can see, you've got the whole painting pretty much outlined, solidified. Now I'm going to keep bringing up certain drawing details, certain shapes of the bodies, and certain types of architectural forms. And as those become more pronounced, the other elements in the entire composition will also have to come forward. So I like to move in between all of it, sort of move it all at once and bring it all up as if you were building a house, sort of working it all from the ground up. And then the more you add, the more you can sort of take away if you wanted, or add more somewhere else to show a different direction or a different compositional element of more dark or more color. I know the middle part of the painting, I'm planning on having it full color and with gold and everything, but I'll probably have a lot of color also sprinkled in to the museum participants as they walk through the gallery. Now you'll get a better sense of what I'm talking about on the next video. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this, and stay tuned for the other video. It'll be on here shortly. Alrighty, thank you. Bye.